Evening, everybody. Icy here. Well, let's start off with talking about the state of Massachusetts. I just heard that the Massachusetts Department of Public Health has put out a commercial that is anti-pro-life centers. Now, these pro-life centers, they offer counseling, prenatal care, free items for the baby. They also do free ultrasounds. So how is that offensive to anyone that is pregnant? Well, it could be because the state of Massachusetts wants everyone to have abortions. They don't want to have children born because they're afraid maybe of children growing up to be Republicans and voting them out of office. They're afraid of people rebelling against their policies and demanding change. Because right now there's no change, they do whatever they want. So we've got currently that going on in the state of Massachusetts. Now, I was listening to a gentleman on YouTube, and he was talking about how he and a veteran friend of his were in a restaurant, and that the waiter or waitress, whichever, was offended that neither of them addressed them as they, them. And they just ignored this person. The person repeatedly, when they came up to the table, asked them if they thought about the situation, and they just ignored it and just said, can you just refill my sweet tea for me, please. Now, at the end of the dinner, when this service person brought the bill to them, they got irate, saying that they feel offended they're not being acknowledged for who they are. And the one gentleman at the table said this: I was going to tip you very well because the service was excellent, the food was excellent. However, you feel that you're being acknowledged is more important than a paycheck. So you get neither. And I thought that was brilliant. If you don't acknowledge these people for their demands and just ignore them, with luck, they'll go away, or maybe they'll rethink their position and say that maybe they were being stupid. So we got that going for us. Now, here's a question in regards to this upcoming debate next week, and this is going to be the main issue of my discussion right now. The Biden and Trump administrations, the groups that are representing them, they flipped a coin to see who would get what. On the coin toss, Biden's people selected, they wanted the podium. Okay, Trump's people get to have the last word. Now, it got me to thinking, why do they want the podium? So this is what's running through my mind, and maybe it will run through yours after you hear what I have to say. They're not allowed to have notes, Biden or Trump, no notes. They're not supposed to be having any teleprompters providing them with answers. No earbuds with people speaking into their ear telling them what to say. And they're talking about drug testing prior to the event. Well, I suggest drug testing immediately after the event, because you could slip the guy something right after the drug test and it won't show up until after the debate's over with. So I would say before and after. I would also recommend that the blood testing be taken on live video feed and be watched while they are analyzing the blood for any substances, and that means continually following the blood, not letting it out of your sight. But that's a suggestion. But here's what's bothering me. If they want the podium, and if they can't have notes or earbuds or teleprompters, what if the podium has a built-in flat screen, TV screen, whatever you want to call it, and when Biden looks down on it, to see what the answers should be. This might be why they're briefing him for a whole week. They're training him how to read the stuff quickly, maybe. But that would be one way of ensuring that Biden sounds intelligent and sounds presidential, if he's reading stuff off of a screen and then speaking it out loud. So my suggestion would be inspect the podium, both podiums, not just one, you do both. You got to be equal in all regards. And then to ensure that it is a fair debate, both podiums are going to be covered with cloth, American flag, whichever, which would cover any flat surfaces that are on the podium. That right there will prevent Biden, if he has to look down and read a screen, if there's a cloth over top of it, he ain't going to be able to read it. So that's going to prevent any kind of cheating in that regards. But that's my suggestion. Take it or leave it. But this is going to be a very important debate, because this is going to show how intelligent Biden is, if he's up for the task of another 4 years, or if he is mentally incompetent. I mean, they've already said that the one lawyer said he was an old man that was, not competent enough to stand trial. Well, if he can't stand trial, why is he president? But that's my opinion. However, I worry because Biden's been pushing Ukraine, and now he's going after, Israel, denying products that Israel's already paid for. It's the same thing with Taiwan. This administration has denied the shipments of arms to Taiwan, even though they're already paid for. And then here's another thing. How can these politicians who take an oath of office to support and defend the Constitution of the United States get away with actually breaking written federal law? They do all the time. They know it's against the law to do something, they do it anyway, and then nothing happens to them. Well, maybe it's time for something to happen to them. You break the law, you get arrested, you go to jail. That is the purpose of law enforcement, to enforce the law. Congress makes the laws, the judicial system enforces the laws, and the executive branch oversees the laws. And right now, that ain't happening. I see out.